Welcome back to Movie Cage Match, the only podcast where two movies enter, one movie leaves. And now, please welcome your host, Damien.
That's right, this is Movie Cage Match, and I am your host, Damien. This week, our combatants are two Jake Gyllenhaal-led mystery thrillers, Zodiac and Nightcrawler. Helping me decide the fates of these two movies, we have everyone's favorite troglodyte Philistine,
Tage.
And to my left, we have a woman of lethal cunning,
Carrie.
Introducing first.
Dear Editor, this is the murderer of the two teenagers last Christmas at Lake Herman and the girl on the 4th of July.
I want you to print this cipher on the front page of your paper.
He wants his code in the afternoon edition.
Ray Smith, don't you have a cartoon to finish?
Weighing in at 162 minutes, we have the 2007 David Fincher-directed Zodiac.
Last Christmas at Lake Herman and the girl on the 4th of July.
I want you to print this cipher on the front page of your paper.
He wants his code in the afternoon edition.
Ray Smith, don't you have a cartoon to finish?
The Zodiac killer has come to San Francisco.
Another letter.
School children make nice targets.
He gave himself a name.
Greek, Morse code, astrological signs. This guy's used them all.
I like killing people because man is the most dangerous animal of all.
How does one do that?
I like puzzles. I do them.
That was from the trailer from Zodiac, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., and Mark Ruffalo. It's Challenger.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a job. I'm a hard worker. I set high goals. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. So what do you say? I could start tomorrow, or even why not tonight?
No, I'm not hiring.
Weighing in at 117 minutes, we have the 2014 Dan Gilroy-directed Nightcrawler.
Hey, back away. I got it. I'm back.
Will this be on television?
Morning news. If it bleeds, it leads.
Are you currently hiring? I'm starting a TV news business.
You, get back.
I film breaking stories. Maybe you saw my item this morning with fatal carjacking.
No, I mean, I don't have a TV.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Does it have GPS?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Okay.
That was from the trailer for Zodiac, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Renee Russo, and Riza Ahmed. Right into the show, bicycle@gmail.com, bicycle on Twitter, BISICKLE. Subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. Rate and review on iTunes. What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Hi, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I'm good.
How freaked out were you guys watching these movies?
Not very much.
Really?
Horse shit.
I don't. Okay, a couple times in Zodiac, I have a thing about people getting stabbed. Like, that is the worst.
Hold on one second.
Attention. Spoilers incoming. In 3, 2,
What's in the box? What's in the box?
1.
Sorry. I have a thing about watching people get stabbed. Like, watching someone burn, watching someone get shot, watching someone drown, like, they're all horrible. But to me, watching someone get stabbed is the most horrible way.
So intimate, stabbing. It's like you're right in the person's face. Like, you gotta get up close. You gotta look them in the eye. And just gotta it's like, why are you doing this?
I can't. Yeah, that was the worst part. Mm-hmm. And the part where he was going to throw the baby out the window or something, that I was like, don't throw the baby out the window.
Hey, you know me, I don't like anything like that, but man, she almost broke down there. She's like, oh, what's this? It was like, he's not going to do it. And I'm like, I actually don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if he's going to do it.
Right.
Oh, man.
Super awful stuff.
He did do it, though, didn't he? He threw it out the window. Oh, did she toss the baby?
No.
I think what happened is she had the baby in her arms. I think she dove out of the moving car, and she probably left the baby in the field while she went to get help.
Yeah, she did, because she thought he was going to come back, so she hid the baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Real quick, before we get into it too deeply, I want to say 2007 was an incredible year for movies. 2007 is when Zodiac came out. And we have a list here of some of the best movies of that year. I think 2007 was one of the best years in movies. So I'm going to read some of these. Dion, you can read some of these too. The number threes that came out that year were incredible too. Cinderella 3, Spider-Man 3, Shrek 3, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, Ocean's 13, Bourne Ultimatum, Rush Hour 3, Resident Evil 3, and those are all the threes. Dion, what else we got?
You got some Alpha Dog, Smoking Aces, Zodiac, 300. Nice, another 3. Blades of Glory, Grindhouse, Disturbia, Hot Fuzz, 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah.
Once? What? I don't know, once. Knocked Up, Hostel 2, Surf's Up, Take It When You Want, Damien.
Yes. Evan Almighty, Ratatouille, Transformers, The Bourne Ultimatum, I said that twice, Hot Rod, Superbad, Balls of Fury, 310 to Yuma, Eastern Promises. They're the 3, yeah. You take it from here.
Into the Wild, Michael Clayton, 30 Days of Night, Gone, Baby, Gone, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, American Gangster, Juno, I Am Legend, Charlie Wilson's War, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story, The Orphanage, Atonement, The Mist, No Country for Old Men, and
There Will Be Blood. Yeah, some of the best movies I would say of the last 20 years. Yeah. Great
I've
year.
actually seen a pretty good amount of those.
What is Cinderella 3?
That was probably a straight to VHS sequel.
Oh, I didn't even know there was
Cinderella, man. You know, it had what's his face in it?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Cinderella 3: A Twist in Time. Yes.
Wait, so
Never heard of it.
You just said this was a list of great movies that came out in 07?
I said, well, I included that because it was part of the 3. Like I said, all these number threes, the trilogy ended in 2007. So that was when I included in there.
Gotcha. Next time you should put it further in and just, it'd be like, what was that last one you said? No, before that one.
Yes.
Can't start off with Cinderella 3.
So yeah, great year in movies. Zodiac is included in there. So what do you guys think had the better Jake Gyllenhaal performance, Nightcrawler or Zodiac?
I'll take this one, Nightcrawler.
Definitely.
Hands down.
Yeah, not even a contest. I asked you to look for in Nightcrawler to see if Jake Gyllenhaal blinks because I heard that was one of those trivia, those bits of trivia you hear, through the grapevine that through one of his what do you call that method acting to try to get into the body, get into the skin of the character. Jake Gyllenhaal tried not to blink while filming his scenes. So did you notice him blinking at all?
He blinked a lot. Was the trivia saying at what point maybe he stopped drinking? Sorry. You can clearly tell I'm drinking. No, yes. When you get further into the movie, when he gets further deeper into his new job, did he start blinking less? Because in the beginning of the movie, I felt like he was blinking pretty regularly. But then, later on, he was always looked like he had 12 cups of coffee. He was wired all the time. His eyes were super wide open all the time after that. So I was wondering if the trivia fact maybe
his number of blinks per minute was correlated to his descent to the dark side.
Debauchery. Madness.
That's interesting. Yeah, exactly.
Can I go back to one real quick? Yeah, your last one with the better Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. I find with a lot of his movies too, I don't like Jake Gyllenhaal movies. And I'm not saying I've seen all of them, but his character always seems the same. And you see that actually in Zodiac. It's just I'm a nerd, I'm soft-spoken kind of thing. I use my quiet voice. In Brokeback Mountain, he was the less intense of the two. But Nightcrawler was the first role I was kind of or at least from the movies that I've seen, where I was damn, all right, I'll get behind this Gyllenhaal.
Right.
You are legitimately weirding me out right now.
Right. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of Gyllenhaal. I'm up to my neck in Gyllenhaal this week. I saw Zodiac and Nightcrawler. I saw Jarhead, which is this war movie he was in in 2005. Right. Really good movie. I saw him in Wildlife, where he plays a father in the 1950s. So yeah, I'm full up on Gyllenhaal this week. I think he's a great actor.
Do you got a role that you think, what movie do you think he was better in? If you were to say, hey, you don't like Jake Gyllenhaal, Dion, why don't watch this movie and I hope to change your perspective. What movie would that be?
Right.
Or did I already watch it in Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler was the peak Gyllenhaal. That's his apex mountain, as they say. On all
right,
rewatchables. If you really want to watch good Jake Gyllenhaal, check out Bubble Boy. Fantastic film.
Oh, right, I have seen that.
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. It goes Bubble Boy, then Nightcrawler, then everything else.
Exactly.
You're right.
Let me see. What is the best? So speaking of rewatchables, stealing from rewatchables list thing, what was the most rewatchable scene? Best scene in Zodiac, best scene in Nightcrawler for you?
Oh, man, that's
maybe, I don't know. In Zodiac, when he's at the guy's house and he goes down into his basement, and you can, he's starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're like, yeah, he might die. He might die here.
Yeah, I have that as the number, a couple topics in. The best scene for me was in the basement. The owner of the house was played by Charles Fleischer, who was the voice of Roger Rabbit. Interesting. Yeah.
That's funny. I'd say Zodiac, I don't think I have one that really stands out. I mean, a lot of scenes were well done, but I don't want to rewatch a murder scene over and over and over again. Yeah. But I'd say that any time where they had Robert Downey Jr. Or Mark Ruffalo or Gyllenhaal all kind of like together or talking with each other, I was always very hooked when in a scene where they were talking a lot, discussing, figuring out the puzzle, trying to figure out the puzzles, and just the banter that they went along with it.
Yeah, I love a good monologue scene. I love a good actor just going for it. That scene in Nightcrawler where Gyllenhaal is talking to Renee Russo in the control room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Slime ball.
Yeah. He's like, you will pay me what I'm asking you to pay me, and you will introduce me to all your superiors, and you will do things that when I asked you to in the bedroom like last night.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Not like last night.
Not like last night. Where you didn't do what I asked.
You dirtbag.
Yeah. Better supporting.
She wasn't.
Huh? Go ahead.
She was kind of a dirtbag too. But yeah.
There were no really good people in that movie.
No.
Maybe what's his name? Riz Ahmed, his assistant.
The sidekick.
Oh, Rick. Rick. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Rick.
It was good. No, they had the reporter there at the station too, where he was kind of like the moral beacon. Like,
yes.
We can't air this. And it's like, well, yes, we can, and we're going to.
Yeah. Yep. Better supporting cast. I would say Zodiac. Well, I mean, there really was
Zodiac. I would say Zodiac too. With all the superhero power in there.
I want to go back to the real quick. The favorite, the rewatchable scenes from Nightcrawler. Basically, anytime that he was like swindling people, when he was he'd get on a roll in dialogue.
Yep.
Like it was incredible. Like everything he said, he's like, I respect your opinion, and we're gonna work with that. And then he'll just like kind of, I don't know, all the stuff that he would say to people that would comfort them or make them be like, is this guy for real? I mean, he's saying a lot of smart shit right now. I feel like I should believe him. Like anytime he was swindling somebody with his words, that's a scene that I would like to watch over and over again because it swindled me. I was mesmerized.
Yep, absolutely. Great.
Right, what was your question?
Great scenes. Huh?
What was the last question you asked?
Let's see. I don't know.
Supporting cast.
Zodiac, right?
You said the supporting cast?
I picked Zodiac for supporting cast because of the superheroes.
Yeah, the Avengers were there. Right.
Yeah,
no, Zodiac. Yeah, definitely. There were more people there. Even the people that were in the rooms with him. That like the lead editor. He was was he the guy from like Mad Men and stuff?
No, you're thinking of John Slattery, Mr.
Maybe.
Howard Stark.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Yeah, Howard Stark's dad in there too.
Yep.
No. Well, I mean, he reminded me of that guy. So
yeah.
But Zodiac had a better supporting cast, I believe.
Yeah. Speaking of people in the background, supporting cast, people in Zodiac, I feel like they picked people that look like people from the 70s. They had the beards and the sideburns and the mutton chops like people had in the 70s. Looked very realistic.
Yeah. Loose fitting suits.
Yeah. If you watch Zodiac or any like true crime movie or listen to any true crime podcast, it's really, really frustrating to sort of see the breakdown of communication between, different districts, different counties, different, law enforcement, jurisdictions, divisions, because the whole thing was like they're trying to get information, trying to coordinate information between each county, between each sheriff office, and one county doesn't have a fax, right? They were trying to get the blueprint.
And a time before internet.
Yeah, but also just one county wants to catch the guy and be the county that got him, so it's very, very frustrating to know that a lot of killers might have gotten away before because of people having big dick measuring contests.
Yeah, very territorial.
Yeah.
Yep. And even if they were working with you, they were like really dragging their feet on things like, oh yeah, we'll get it. Well, we were supposed to have it yesterday. When we're going to get it? Well, you're going to have to call this person and they can help you out.
Yep. Speaking of stealing stuff from the Rewatchables podcast, who was the best of that guy? Who popped out and you're like, oh shit, I love that guy.
Stark?
Yeah. Tony Stark.
I forget. It was Downey's character in Zodiac.
Okay.
He like it was similar to the way I felt with Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler, but I mean on a far lesser scale. But he brought like this dark comedy to the movie. Like when he thought Zodiac was coming after him, now he was like doing like. Real flustered. He's like, he went up, he ended up finding them later in the movie and was just like, I'm looking for all those things you wrote. And he's just like, oh yeah, they're gone. And he's like, what's gone? He's like, I don't know, gone or somewhere. Whatever. Yep. I move on a boat. I'm on a boat. I don't know. It's just all his dialogue it was just fun.
Yeah. Let me see. John Carroll Lynch is a guy that you would see like everywhere. He played the guy that they pretty much thought was the Zodiac killer. Remember they interviewed him in the factory? They bring him to the break room. Yeah. Great one of those guys. If you ever watch ER, Dr. Green, Anthony Edwards played the Inspector Armstrong. He's very good. He's a very good one of those guys.
Okay.
Yep. Brian Cox was the TV airman, the TV host, right? That was interviewing him on air. Okay.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah. The psychiatrist
psychiatrist. No, the TV host.
A doctor.
Huh?
TV host. What do you mean? He was a TV host? I thought he was like a doctor.
Maybe he was like a Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Could be. Okay. You remember the scene, right, where he's on television and they're recording him and they have the phone call?
Yeah, there was a guy screaming he had headaches and stuff. And
yes. Yep.
But it turned out to be a fraud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who? Best overacting award. Who was the most overacting? Who was like yelling a lot? Who was the best at that? Who was really good? Who was a really good yeller?
Oh, did anyone really yell?
I mean, Gyllenhaal a lot.
He had that one yell.
Nightcrawler, huh?
I mean, I guess it's that one yell. It was super intense when he was shaking the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it would be that one because that's the only time I think anyone ever was like, ah, like Mark Ruffalo's character.
Yeah,
he would get angry. He would talk loudly,
right?
But he was just talking loudly. He wasn't yelling,
right? Yeah, Ruffalo can yell definitely. He had that one scene in Spotlight. It was very good. Is this the best?
Yeah, he was also the Hulk. The Hulk would scream all the time.
Well, he was always angry. That was his problem.
Right, yeah, I get it.
So many gifts from Nightcrawler, right? The one where he's turning around and pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Or like the mayor shaking one we were talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of like close-ups of his face, like when he would do one of those like, half smiles or something like that. I've seen things like that too.
Yeah, the one where he's walking away, the guy is like telling him, "I'm not going to hire a thief," and Gyllenhaal just like stares at him, is like, give him it's like, yeah, good point. Love that scene. Let's see, best quotes. I have one from Zodiac, where
I've got so many.
Have you considered the killer as Paul Avery? Ruffalo says, yeah, frequently.
Methinks our friend is a tad bit fuckered in the head.
That's pretty good.
That's a Paul Avery one from Zodiac.
Yes. Yep.
Really though, the best quotes came from Nightcrawler.
What's that?
It's just all of them. Like,
all of them,
when it was like, I like to believe that if you're seeing me, you're having the worst day of your life.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
Or just he would speak like a motivational speaker, and it's like why you pursue something is just as important as what you pursue. Like the words would like speak to you, like, and it's real fucked up when you think about it, because this dude is a scumbag, but he's speaking like on a level where it's just like, I feel motivated because I'm listening to you, you know, like,
right.
I don't know. I felt real disgusted. I don't know, even thinking that I agree with what he says, or like, if it bleeds, it leads, you know, like,
yeah,
messed up. Just all the stuff they were saying was just messed up. And then I go back to like those monologues you were talking about too, just listening to all those. It was like, man, you are a wordsmith. Cheers.
yeah. I love that you said, you know, if it bleeds, it leads. And then Nina's talking about how she tells him, the best and clearest way I can phrase it to you, Lou, to capture the spirit of what we air is to think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, I understand that. And that's what he said. He's like, I understand. And
yes.
It walks away.
Yes. It's so crazy to think that this is actually how the news gets made. Just a guy running around, or a bunch of people running around looking for crimes that have just been committed and videotaping them.
The whole night crawling aspect. It's like on a level worse than paparazzi, if even possible. You know, like paparazzi trying to catch you like famous people, but these guys are like catching death, horrible situations and selling for money. And I mean, there's a job for, you know, you got to get paid, but you definitely have to be a special somebody to do that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Do you think that he could possibly be on the autism spectrum? Because that was my thought the whole movie.
Right. Could be. Yeah, definitely.
How he's extremely knowledgeable. When he focuses on one topic, he becomes like obsessive, extremely knowledgeable about that topic, but has difficulty understanding social cues, or understanding the how relationships work. You don't just say, you know, you're going to do exactly what I say, you know, that type of thing. You don't just come out and say that. Just having the
well, I don't know. I mean, I think he did understand the social boundaries, or how would you put that? What was it? I forget how you just
social
said it.
Cues.
Well, I don't know. But when he had that line where he was just like, he's trying to pressure Nina to sleep. Well, not really pressure. It was just kind of added into the deal or whatever. And she's like, friends don't pressure friends to sleep with them. And he, something like that. And he was like, well, that's not true, because after all, a friend is a gift you give yourself, you know, like,
what's that even mean?
Well, I think that meant to him was he was very manipulating, and he's a self-serving sociopath. So I think, well, it's not that he didn't understand. So it's like he almost understood it more, where it's just like he knew what he wanted, and he's just really a shithead, a well-spoken shithead. And he just knew what to say to people. I don't think it was like autism or something, but I just think that.
What about the lack of empathy?
I think that's more like a sociopathic quality.
Yeah.
Autism.
I don't think. Yeah, that's why I use the word sociopath, and I guess that's what I'll lean into. Is I just think he's kind of tad fuckered in the head. Quote from a different movie, as opposed to like having anything really wrong with him, you know, like autistically or anything like that.
Autistically, yeah.
My opinion.
Let's see what else we got.
Did I just make a word?
I didn't know that autistic could turn into an adverb. Autistically.
I made a word.
You autist. You freaking autist.
I don't know in what context I'm going to be able to use that. Yeah. So it's probably one and done.
Right. Deanne, you've seen Seven, correct?
I have.
And you've seen Zodiac. What do you think is the better... what's his name? The director.
Seven.
The director's name. Come on, help me out.
Oh, David Fincher.
David Fincher. What was the better David Fincher serial killer movie? This Zodiac or Seven? Your favorite? Your more favorite? Seven. Yeah.
Seven.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 7 was just what's in the box, on so many levels.
More of a thriller, right?
It was thriller, yeah,
psychological thriller.
And there was kind of what was unresolved too, wasn't? They never caught the guy. Did they catch the guy?
No, nope, never did.
Yeah. So, kind of like almost a little bit like the same ending in a way, but yeah, I think 7 just had a lot more going on, a lot more action in the entire movie. Like, I can understand why people might have gotten turned off a little bit by Zodiac, because everything happened in the first half. Plus, it's a 3-hour movie, so the last half just being talking is kind of like with no real resolution. I can understand why people would be a little put off by it. So but 7 for sure.
So how about his whole what do you call it? His entire resume. That's what I'm trying to say. What do you think? His best movie is Fight Club or 7 or Zodiac? Out of those that you've seen, what would you say is his best movie?
I got a special spot for Fight Club.
Right.
I'd have to say Fight Club.
Okay.
And I'd have to, if I was to put a list, it'd be Fight Club, 7, and then Zodiac.
Okay. So I've seen all of his movies. He's done the ones you haven't seen were Gone Girl, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Social Network, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yes.
Zodiac.
I've seen Gone Girl.
You seen Gone Girl? Yeah.
Yeah. I might actually put that up above. I'd put that above Zodiac.
Have you seen Panic Room?
No. Yes, Panic Room. Yes.
You saw Panic Room. Okay.
Below Zodiac.
Below Zodiac. Okay. The Game was the only other one I've seen.
Haven't watched the Game.
Game is very good. I would put like the Game like top 3. Mine would be Zodiac, Fight Club.
Wow. Zodiac up there. Number 1?
Number 1. Yeah, number 1 Zodiac. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic fucking movie. 7 would be probably number 4, very close. Benjamin Button, number 5.
What?
Yes.
I was going to put Benjamin Button at the bottom of my list.
Have you heard how much you talk about Benjamin Button?
A lot. Quite a bit.
Some people would think that you would really like that movie.
It's on all the things. It's on my Plex. It's on Netflix right now. It's on all of the things. You have no excuse.
You bought the DVD for me. You've literally bought the DVD for me.
You put it down at number 5, so why would we want to watch it now?
Yeah. It's a fantastic overall movie. I'm saying ranking David Fincher's best movies, I would put it at number 5, but overall it's still
pretty low.
But it's still a very good movie. Like that's like saying, I don't know. It's just, Fincher is
saying something, and it doesn't like it, man.
They're all very cool. It's like, no, I'm saying it's like a 9.5 versus a 9.4. That's what I'm saying. Like they're all 9s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're all 9s.
Your list are that tight.
What did I say? Zodiac is like a 9.7. What did I say? Fight Club is 9.6. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is like a 9.5. They're all very, very good movies. It's a very slight difference between all of them.
Okay.
Yes. Before we decide what we thinks is the best movie, Nightcrawler has a 95% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Zodiac has a 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Nightcrawler made $47 million at the box office. Zodiac came in with $84 million. So, with all that said, any other final thoughts before we reveal our picks?
Zodiac was just too damn long.
Yeah.
I think Zodiac was more about the journey than the actual destination, as evidenced by the way it ended. And I understand that you need to have people need to understand they have to have an attention span when they go into it, because, like I said, that last half drags. But I actually really enjoy just the legwork that's put into to this kind of thing. Respect to having to deal with this kind of stuff, like just seeing the inner workings of it all. I enjoy that. So I wasn't put off by the length of Zodiac. Mm-hmm. And as far as Nightcrawler goes, it's just this, I don't know. I really like the setting of it, the gritty, grimy set, like setting of nighttime Los Angeles. Like, it's just something out of a Grand Theft Auto video game, like brought and put right in front of you. And I've traveled through their setting of nighttime Los Angeles. It just makes you feel dirty. All the situations make you feel dirty. A lot of the times I actually felt like I was kind of in Nightcrawler just because it felt so like just real. Like filming through the camera, maybe it has something to do with it. Going to the camcorder a lot, seeing it like that. It's just, you're looking at it like you're filming it, and it didn't have that same kind of touch. Like it's like I'm clearly watching a movie right here. It's like I actually felt like I was at one of the car crashes. I was at that break-in at the house or something like that. The way he was just going through and seeing everything, it's just like I really was put off by it. And the way that Nightcrawler made me feel was just like incredible. Like wow, like ugh, I needed to shower.
So, do you have a drum roll ready to play for me? Do the picks?
Yep.
All right. So, Carrie, who was your pick? Zodiac or Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler.
Dion?
Nightcrawler!
I will say Zodiac. I love this fucking movie. Love it.
Yeah.
Yep, overall.
Well, since you were the odd guy out,
yes,
and I spoke my praise clearly about Nightcrawler, what put Zodiac over for you than Nightcrawler?
It was everything. The story, the pacing, the supporting characters. I feel like it was like, 2 movies in one. You start following Jake Gyllenhaal's character. You don't know who he is or what he's about. I love movies about people being obsessed with one thing, and he does get very obsessed at one point. I love stories about true crime. I love the performances by Robert Downey Jr. and everyone involved. And David Fincher is my boy. So, yep.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nightcrawler had a message in there too about the media ethics and such, how they twist victims. They exploit racism, murder cells.
Oh yeah.
I understand this was a channel that needed ratings and everything, and it was like an overnight channel specifically. But any news station will do that, and the fake news and the way everything goes these days. There's a lesson to be learned there. And I think everybody watching this should see that, hopefully, in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my last thought on that.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I gave Nightcrawler a 9 out of 10. I gave Zodiac a 7 out of 10.
Oof.
So it wasn't really close for me.
Oof. Okay.
But they were both great movies.
Yeah. Carrie,
I gave Nightcrawler an 8 and Zodiac a 7.
Yeah. I'd give Zodiac a 9er, and I give Nightcrawler an 8. So very close. Okay. Again, just like with all the other ones we talked about before, David Fincher's movies are all very, very good. Going back to Seven, Fight Club, Gone Girl, and Zodiac. Fantastic movies. Fantastic director. Cannot go wrong. Yep. So that will do it for this week's movie cage match. Movie cage match. Come back in 2 weeks for Dion. What category are we going to be looking at in 2 weeks? Spin that wheel. Let me and listeners know.
Baby.
What category? Talk about next time.
Drama.
Oh shit! Have you seen Benjamin Button?
Also, we might work on some another alternative where we might bring an actor to the table, and then we'll do a wheel spin.
Okay.
And we'll watch 2 movies from the same actor, and we'll break that down.
Okay.
There's a little variety instead of just sticking to a genre.
Sure.
We'll get someone's true body of work, and we'll put it like we just did with Gyllenhaal.
Sure.
Gyllenhaal, rare. One that can match in the same genre and the same actor. Maybe we could find more like that.
Nice.
We'll see.
Yep, I love that you. Yeah,
I'm sure there could be 2 Brad Pitt dramas.
Sure, absolutely.
Benjamin
the Legend
Button.
of the Fall. Yeah, the Legend of the Fall. What was the other one that was like that? It came out around the same time. We made 2 like the same-ish movies. The River Runs Through It, or something like that, right? One of those.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. No, Brad
Good Will Hunting doesn't have Brad Pitt in it.
Oh yeah, that guy. No. Oh yeah, he's Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah.
All I can picture is Matt Damon as an old dude for a second.
What's the one with Anthony Hopkins?
Meet Joe Black?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. What was I going to say? There's something else we forgot to do. I was going to say, like, I like you that you're switching up the format now that I spent $75 on a new intro. So that's cool.
It's still a cage match.
Yeah, it's still a cage match.
Yeah, no. I'm just
It's just a cage match between the same person, you know?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I didn't ask you to spend $75. I want my paycheck.
That's why I can't get a paycheck. Because I'm spending all the money on the fucking intros and artwork and all that stuff. Anyways, so for movie cage match, I've been Damien.
I've been Deej.
And Carrie.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.